Um, if I had to speak to anybody in high school who's going through hard times as far as like making friends, don't feel like they fit in high school or even college, or feel like they're alone. That's kind of like me. I'm always alone. I always feel like I'm alone, even in a group. In high school, I didn't really have no friends. I didn't really. I was not in no clubs, no nothing. I was just even middle school and high school got a little bit better for me. But middle school, I was not like popular. I was not like the popular kid. I had an accent. My accent was way stronger than this, of course. Um, People used to make fun of me because I'm black, my teeth, and the way I talk. The way I talk was my worst experience in high school. Because of my accent, kids used to make fun of me all the time. I used to hate doing. I used to hate reading in the classroom. When you're reading a book and sometimes I used to count like everybody reading the book, everybody's reading the line, and I'm like, ah. And then sometimes it's my luck, mine be the biggest paragraph, and it seems forever. So I'm trying to read this stuff, and I went to all white school. Basically, I moved to Nashville. I went to all white school. So, kids, as I'm reading, uh, I'm trying to. I'm trying to give you an example. As I'm reading, uh, kids, maybe this will. As I'm reading, kids making fun of me. I'm doing an advertisement now. So it's like events headquarters, Nissan of Rivergate, and then you just hearing people in the background just laughing, and I'm over here, I'm hot, I'm sweating. 2024 Nissan Versa S for 236 per month. And my accent was stronger back then. Like people could barely understand what I'm saying. Step price 20,950. All right. No payment for 90 days with approved credit, subject to lender's approval. Interest accrued from date of purchase 0% APR, available on select new bottles. They just mess with me. And then you got people that was waiting. That was like, And then I used to hate. Another thing is I used to hate when I have to do like presentation, like you have to stand up in front of the classroom and explain your stuff to the students. And I used to hate it. It used to be terrible. Like they used to just make fun of me bad. And then there was a time where I was not wearing deodorant. I don't know if it was just poor. I used to go to school, I'm stinking, and the whole class, even the teachers were making fun of me. And worse, out of all, in middle school, my worst experience, I will never forget. I had a nice little airflow, but my daddy, he meant well. He would never like let me get braids, because back in the days, like cornrows, braids to the back was like, when you could get braid your hair, that was like the style back then. But my dad thought only gangsters and bad guys did that. So he would let me have a little afro, but he won't let me get it braid. So my sister, she had good intention. She put like a little perm on my hair. Shout out to my sister. I love her so much. I love all my sisters, but my sister, she put a little perm. It's like the little kit you get from Sally. And I went to, and then she did it. She loved it. I loved it. I combed it. I had a nice laugh for I combed it. to the side, the nice little part, comb it to the back, you know. I went to school the next morning. The whole school clowned me. They called me Michael Jackson. They called me the Temptations. They called me everything. It got so bad where by the end of the school, I tried to pick it out. So I don't know if you know, I palm work some black people. So you have it on F4. When you palm it, you pick it out. It's not the same. It look like you stick your hand on a socket, like it's just all spike. I just end up cutting it, but I went to school. As I'm walking through the hallway, I could feel everybody just pointing fingers, laughing at me. Even I had a couple of good buddies. I was like, man, what did you do that? The thing is that the night before, me and my sister, we loved it. I was like, sister, you did good. You know, I'm like, you know, I'm coming it. You know, I went to school. As soon as I got on the bus, everybody just, it was probably one of the worst days of my life. I think I was in 6th grade. So, I went home, I cut that shit off. And, man. But no, I was not, and I didn't dress nice or nothing like that. Of course, I had crush on every girl. I like every girl I see. I used to sit in the classroom and I'm like, oh, she's pretty, she's pretty, she's pretty, she's pretty. I had crush on everybody. I had a girlfriend in 9th grade. Her name was, I think her name was either Samantha or Amanda. She broke my heart. She broke my heart. We went off, I think it was for about a month, and then she said she wanted to go back with her boyfriend, with her ex-boyfriend. But we didn't have any sexual intercourse, but you know, we did some things, but it wasn't all the way like that. But it was okay. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, you had kids that had different shoes. Every day they wear different expensive Nikes, you know, Jordans. They matching, all type of stuff. Timberlands, Air Force One. I didn't even have brand name shoes. Payless. I used to wear Payless shoes. My daddy, you know, I'm Haitian. My daddy wasn't, well, my daddy, because I had a cousin, you know, he's Haitian too. His cousin used to send him expensive, like, Timberlands and stuff. When he lived with us, he used to be clean. But my daddy, he just didn't really care for brand. And, so he probably take me to Payless, gave me some shoes, and that's really it. So he didn't really care about stuff like that. I remember one time I went to a flea market. My dad gave me a little money, and I bought a pair of shoes that I thought was Jordan. Except you know, Jordan holding the ball with his leg open. But at that time, mine, it looked like a Jordan shoes, but he was dribbling the ball. For some reason, I didn't know that. It looked like, it's called end one, but end one was not, you know, I think end one is Shaq shoes. They was not installed then. Okay, that was way before. I'm talking about in the 90s, 99, 2000. So it was like a fake Jordan. Dude, I was so fucking excited. I bought it. You know, school about to start. I put it somewhere and I'm just looking at it. I'm just excited. I'm just so excited to go to school. I'm looking at the shoes. I got my clothes out. And then the morning wake up, I'm excited. I put it on. I went to school. They climbed me. They were like, yo, why is your Jordan dribbling? I was like, oh, man, they tore my... And it didn't even say Jordan. It just said Air. Man, they tore my ass apart. And I was so heartbroken because I didn't know. Like my daddy, he didn't know. He wasn't really... My dad is the type of person, he just wears... Even now, he just wears suits. I barely see him wearing jeans. Well... Because he used to work in the house, he used to wear jeans. But he always wear like suits or khaki, you know, like your Haitian parents, you know. Man, they tore me up. Man, they tore me up. I was like, fuck. So I went home. I never wear that shoes to school again. My dad was like, why you not wearing that shoes? I was like, you know. Um, College was better for me. I went to college. They didn't really mess with me in college. I was reading, nobody cared. I was reading in class. No, I didn't get that people was making fun of me in college. People was like, oh, big deal, do with an accent. I guess because, they come from all over the place. They're all, I guess, used to it. I feel like if I was in Miami with the Haitians, I would have been better. But just the fact that I was like in an all-white school, I kind of like stick out a lot. The only black person in the classroom, the only person I don't speak English, can't even read. Everybody I just never feel, I always feel like, shout out to my dad, he means well. When I came to America, I was in 4th grade. Let me say I came in one March. And I went to school right away. I was in 4th grade in my daily. I was so scared of going to school with American, all white American. My daily used to be so tired. He would come in the classroom with me when I was in 4th grade, and he would be on their back, and he'd be so tired. He's just back there dozing off. And then, I'm in the classroom, I look back, I look at him, I was happy he was there. Because I was not, you know what I'm saying? So that's very nice of him. And then eventually I was okay. Another bad experience I had, when I almost died. I'm not exaggerating. When I turned 10, when I was on 4th grade, when I turned 10, I was getting off the school bus. And then the bus had the light flashing. And then as I was the first one. It was my birthday too. I was turning 10. As I got off the bus, I had a good day too, man. I mean, we had cupcakes. My dad brought cupcakes to the classroom, saying happy birthday. But anyway, I got off the bus, and then there's a car that's trying to get, past the bus, and then he hit me, and all my stuff, cupcakes and drinks on the floor. I ended up going to the hospital. It wasn't nothing major. I was in the news. I don't know what was the outcome of that, but I don't know if my dad is film or not. I hope he did, but we never really talk about it. But when I went back, I remember taking a week off, but when I went back to school, everybody in the classroom was clapping for me. I thought that was sweet. The power of YouTube. Shout out to you guys for listening to this story. But yeah, that's kind of like, I didn't really have the best experience in school. I always felt singled out. Every time the teachers want to put people in groups, I used to hate it. 4th grade, 5th grade, I made some good friends. I had 2-3 buddies. We had something in common. There was a group called Cash Money back in the 90s. There was more, there was black. One of them was like Iraq. Another one I think was like Chinese. But the black dude was actually a pretty boy. His name was JB. All the girls loved JB. He was, athletic, light skin, heavy little afro, always combing his hair. If you don't have an afro, he's always brushing it. All the girls loved JB. That was kind of like my buddy. And he introduced me to Cash Money. He still had the lyrics and paper for me. Bling, bling. Every time I come in, want to see the bling, bling. And then he was like, I'll be the player with the ass on it. If it costs less than 20, don't look right on me. My money long. If you don't know, I'm the BG. I be all up in their homes. I listen to rap music. I love Cash Money, Lil Wayne, Juvie, BG, Turk, Missy Elliott, of course Wyclef. Shout out to Haiti Wyclef. So that I'm not gonna. I'm trying to stay on the topic of my school experience, from elementary to college. But then we had to move. My daddy bought the house in 2000. We had to move, new friends. That didn't go too well. I mean, they went okay. Then I ended up going to my Juliet. I had some, I wouldn't call them friends, but people I was cool with. Then I went to Lebanon. Yeah. So my high school experience wasn't that great. So if you are in high school, middle school, it's temporary. It's only 4 years. Just pass. Just pass, okay? Just pass. And then it'll be over before you know it. I wasn't a straight A student. I remember only one time in 5th grade I had honor roll. Other than that, I was just, average. I was just passing. I think those time I had all D's. I also had problem at home too. When I was living with my dad, we have issues at home too. So I was not motivated to do good in school. I mean, we're cool now. Everything's okay now. But so yeah, kids, young men, young women, anybody, if you're having rough time in rough time in middle school, high school, or even college, just keep your head up. Trust me. When I was in school, it seems like forever. It seems like forever and ever and ever. And now looking back, let me see, 2006 is when I graduated high school. That was like, wow, 18 years ago. You see how time, it went by fast, okay? That little 4 years before you know it, it's going to be like 10 years later, 18 years later in my case. So, people, teenagers, young men and women, okay, who are having a hard time at school, just do your best to pass. If you're having a hard time with other students, not fitting in, you hate it. I hated school. You hate it. Just do your time, and it'll be over before you know it, okay? In the meantime, keep your head up. And if you need to speak to principal or anybody, if anybody's bullying you or threatening you, but if you just don't feel like you fit in, just keep your head up, okay? And you got this. Pass and get out of there, okay? If you want to go to college, good for you. If not, me personally, I don't recommend. It depends what your major is. I don't recommend you to go to college. I wish I didn't go to college unless you want to be something like a pilot or a doctor or a lawyer. Something that requires you to have a lot of training and studies. Dentist or something. But if you don't know, if it's not any of that, all right, keep your head up, okay? Yeah, I got this.